This morning, I'd first like to introduce Freeholder Steve Shaw. Steve is a lifelong resident of our state and has lived in Morris County for more than 5 decades. He is currently liaison to the Office of Planning and Preservation. Steve has been a mayor and councilman in Mountain Lakes, was the Mountain Lakes Police Citizen of the Year in 2012. Importantly for this event, Steve has a history with open space preservation in Morris County, serving as a member and vice chair of the Morris County Open Space Trust Fund Committee. He assisted in preservation of the Giralda Farms Preserve at Lewanika Brook Reservation in Chatham Township, where we'll be this afternoon, for a project that received a $10 million Morris County Open Space Grant, the largest single open space grant ever awarded. So please help me give a hand to Freeholder Steve Shaw.
Thank you, Larry. As you were going over that list of accomplishments, what really strikes me, and anybody that's in this business of public service, they know those accomplishments aren't done alone. It's done with a lot of help and support, whether it's staff or volunteers. And I'm always amazed, actually, how our county and our municipalities, they really run on volunteers. I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us here at Prospect Park in Jefferson Township. I want to acknowledge our freeholder, my colleagues that are here. Several of Morris County legislative breakfast for mental health. So they're going to be joining us later this afternoon at another event. I, too, want to give a special thanks to Mayor Eric Wilsusen for hosting our celebration. And I want to thank the staff and everyone here in Jefferson for their efforts to make all this happen. Larry, you actually stole some of my lines, but that's okay. And I want to also welcome all the mayors, local officials, former freeholders, the Lake Apacon Commission and Foundation members, and many, many others that have supported the work of preserving open space in Morris County. The efforts of the over 143 dedicated volunteers who now serve and have previously served on the county's Open Space Trust Fund Committee must also be recognized. Those are the volunteers I was talking about before. Everybody should be proud of the role they've played in helping Morris County preserve our green spaces over the past 2.5 decades, 25 years. You've done a remarkable job. And anytime I'm at one of these recognitions and you're talking about years, 25 years, I would like to put it in the context of ask you all just to think about what you were doing 25 years ago, how old you were, how much hair you had. But a couple interesting things. Gas was running at about $1 a gallon 25 years ago. You logged onto the internet, dialing up, and you used Netscape Navigator, and you didn't have the smartphone, and you didn't have Facebook and Instagram, and actually maybe that was a good thing. But that really, to me, helps me put it in context when you talk about, it's easy just to say 25 years, but think about how long and what a legacy that is, and it will continue. As Larry said, I had the pleasure of serving on open space a few years back. And what struck me, once again, it goes to the volunteers and the staff, the professional staff we have in the county that would help put everything together for the committee, which is all volunteers. And as Larry said, Lisa Stern, I guess you didn't make it, but we couldn't do this without our partner with the state, Green Acre Program. They've been instrumental as a funding partner in our preservation efforts, helping the county reaching our preservation goals. Green Acres was actually key in the acquisition of the Hunter's Glen property right here in Jefferson Township, among many, many others. So I definitely want to make sure we extend a thank you to the Green Acres program. This morning, we're actually just sitting a few feet from the Jim Leach Trail, which is right behind me over here. It's just a short walk to Liffy Island, the first Morris County Open Space Trust Fund grant approved, like I said, back in 1994. Since then, the county and its municipal nonprofit partners have awarded open space grants for projects in 38 of the 39 municipalities in Morris County, preserving over 17,000 acres of green space, helping to make Morris County, as I always love to say, a great place to live, work, play, and raise a family. Once again, it's also hard to put that kind of acreage into perspective. So somebody did a little calculation for me here. That amount of land preserved for open space in the county trust fund is more acreage than the size of Parsippany and almost as large as Chester Township. So it's an incredible amount of land that we have preserved here in Morris County. I really couldn't think of a better place to kick off our celebration of 25 years of preservation than right here in Jefferson. As you all know, this is where the first grant application took place. And Jefferson continues to be the mainstay of our Open Space Trust Fund program, with, over the years, many projects receiving 29 county grants totaling $12.6 million to preserve over 1,100 acres. And that is truly an ongoing legacy. You're to be congratulated once again, Mayor Will Susan, former Mayor Russ Felter, and longtime Administrator Jim Leach, and the whole team here in Jefferson Township that made the acquisition of Liffy Island a reality, and all the other preservation programs that have taken place in Jefferson Township. So finally, I just want to congratulate all you. I want to thank all you, and it's my pleasure now to call on our freeholder director, just demoted him, Director Cabana.